Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, text number 16. Na tatahi agavan rajan puye tatapa adhibhi yata Krishna pita prana Purusa Nisevaya Natatahi Agavan Rajan Puyeta Tapa Adibhi Yata Krishna Pita Prana Tat Purusa Nisevaya Executing the principles of austerity, penance, brahmacharya, and other purifying processes. Yata, as much as Krishna arpita prana, the devotee whose life is fully Krishna conscious. Tat Purusa Nisevaya. By engaging his life in the service of Krishna's representative. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, okay. My dear King. No, you don't have to. My dear King, if a sinful person engages in the service of a bona fide devotee of the Lord, and thus learns how to dedicate his life unto the lotus feet of Krishna, he can be completely purified. One cannot be purified merely by undergoing austerity, penance, brahmacharya, and other methods of atonement I have previously described. Purport. Tatpurusa refers to a preacher of Krishna consciousness, such as the spiritual master. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has said, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Payeche Keva. Without serving a bona fide spiritual master, an ideal Vaishnava who can be delivered from the clutches of Maya. This idea is also expressed in many other places. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 5, Text 2 says, Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahor Bimukte. If one desires liberation from the clutches of Maya, one must associate with a pure devotee, Mahatma. A Mahatma is one who engages 24 hours daily in the loving service of the Lord. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 13, Mahatmanas tumam parta daivim prakritim asrita bhajanti ananya manaso gyatva bhutani avyayam. O son of Prita, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Thus, the symptoms of a Mahatma is that he has no engagement other than service to Krishna. One must render service to a Vaishnava in order to get freed from sinful reactions, revive one's original Krishna consciousness, and be trained in how to love Krishna. This is the result of Mahatma Seva. Of course, if one engages in the service of a pure devotee, the reactions of one's sinful life are vanquished automatically. Devotional service is necessary not to drive away an insignificant stock of sins, but to awaken our dormant love for Krishna. As fog is vanquished at the first glimpse of sunlight, one's sinful reactions are automatically vanquished as soon as one begins serving a pure devotee. No separate endeavor is required. The word Krishna Pita Prana refers to a devotee who dedicates his life to serving Krishna, not to being saved from the path to hellish life. A devotee is Narayana Parayana or Vasudeva Parayana, which means that the path of Vasudeva or the devotional path is his life and soul. Narayana Parasarve Nakutaschana Bibyate. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 17, Text 28. Such a devotee is not afraid of going anywhere. There is a path toward liberation in the higher planetary systems and a path toward the hellish planets. But a Narayana Para devotee is unafraid wherever he is sent. He simply wants to remember Krishna wherever he may be. Such a devotee is unconcerned with hell and heaven. He is simply attached to rendering service to Krishna. When a devotee is put into hellish conditions, He accepts them as Krishna's mercy. Tate nukambang susumikshamana. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, Text 8. He does not protest, "Oh, I am such a great devotee of Krishna. Why have I been put into this misery?" Instead, he thinks, this is Krishna's mercy. Such an attitude is possible for a devotee who engages in the service of Krishna's representative. This is the secret of success. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport and the 16th text for Sloka, Canto 6, Chapter 1, the history of the life of Ajamil.
Om Gyan Tirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurandiyana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhisham Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kalamayam Dalani Swamarantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nadathaya Gavan Rajan Vijay Tapa Adivi Yada Krishna Pita Prana Tat Purika Nishevaya. We can chant the translation responsibly. My dear King, if a sinful person engages in the service of a bona fide devotee of the Lord, and thus learns how to dedicate his life under the lotus feet of Krishna, he can be completely purified. One cannot be purified only by undergoing austerity, penance, brahmacharya, and other methods of atonement as previously described. So, you may recall that Parikshit Maharaj, being a genuine devotee of the Lord, and being compassionate, was concerned as to how can people be saved from going to hellish penance. The laws of nature, as we explained the other day, are very strict. For every action there is a reaction. And Parikshit Maharaj was concerned when he heard about the description of the hellish penance. So Shukadeva Goswami has explained that this tendency to sin and atone is dangerous. This tendency can be uprooted only if we take the path of pure devotional service. And he gave the example that when this fog disappears, when the rays of the sun appear. So through the path of devotional service, one can cleanse the tendency to commit sinful activity. And Shukadeva Goswami had also explained that such a person is very rare when he engages in the path of pure devotional service. Now, Shukadeva Goswami further, in the verse being reviewed today, he is emphasizing that if a sinful person engages in the service of a bona fide devotee of the Lord and learns how to dedicate his life to the lotus feet of Krishna, he can be completely purified. Why do we read again and again the importance of sadhu sangha, the importance of serving an advanced devotee. Sadhu Sangha doesn't mean anyone who wears a saffron robe or puts on a tira. When the scriptures talk about Sadhu Sangha, the reference is to those who are completely fixed on the devotional path and those who genuinely want to help others to also succeed on the spiritual path. So over here, is being emphasized, engage in the service of a bona fide devotee of the Lord. A bona fide devotee of the Lord is fixed in his meditation on the Lord, and he is convinced beyond doubt that the real goal of human life is to engage in service to the Lord. Not that he claims to be an advanced devotee and he doesn't fully believe in the ultimate goal. A sadhu or a genuine devotee of the Lord, he is fixed in his devotion to the Lord, and his desire is to inspire others to also take the path of devotion. A genuine sadhu only has one goal, and he preaches by example. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, a preacher must, by his behavior, convey the meaning of religious principles. Whatever great men do, others will follow. So, scriptures recommend serving a Mahatma in numerous verses. Here, Prabhupada refers to the famous verse on the 5th canto, 5th chapter, 2nd verse. In the 5th canto, you read about the teaching of Lord Rishabdev. Who was Rishabdev? He was also an incarnation of Godhead. What Rishabh means the best. His father's name was his mother's name was Meru Devi, and his father's name was Gira. The father was performing great austerity, Nami. The father's name was Nami, and the mother's name was Meru Devi. Both of them were performing great austerity with the purpose of having a son like God. God was very pleased by their austerity. And the Lord said, if you want a son like me, that's not going to be feasible. I will become your son. And he appeared as Lord Rishabdev, the son of King Navi and Meru Devi. And Navi was the son of King Priyavrata. So, in the very first verse, on the 5th chapter of the 5th canto, Lord Rishabdev says, Nayam deha deha bhaja miloke, kastam kamam hardavata bhojami. This human life should not be wasted, should not be used like cats and dogs, but rather it should be used for self-realization. Suppose Devi Putarayena Sattvam, Shivayena Smart, and human life should be used to perform austerities for the pleasure of the Lord. In material life also we have austerities, but these austerities are more for realizing material gains. But Rishabdev says, perform austerities for the pleasure of the Lord. And one question that comes up, if I perform austerities for the pleasure of the Lord, am I going to get anything in return? Is that a valid question? One can answer. What does Lord Rishabdev say? He says, if you perform austerities for the pleasure of the Lord, you will realize unending spiritual pleasure. In material life, everything has an end. But in spiritual life, the pleasure is unending. In other words, you never reach a point where you say, I don't want any more of that. You never reach a point where you say, I can't chant anymore. After stating that, Lord Rishabdev said, Mahaseva, serve an advanced devotee, associate with an advanced devotee. In the third canto, we read that about the dialogue between Devahuti and his son Kapila Dev. Kapila Dev was also an incarnation of the Lord. And his mother, Devahuti, knew that my son is an incarnation. So she asked her, she said, you are my transcendental I. Please tell me, how can I become free from the entanglement of birth and death? Lord Kapila responded. The question is very useful because the answers will benefit the entire society. Just like when the Bhagavatam, the Krishna was cursed. When he was cursed, normally if somebody is cursed, you panic. But he didn't panic, even though he was cursed to death. He took this as an opportunity to educate society regarding what should one do who is about to die. And at that time, they probably had a system which was faster than our SMSs of today. Because Krishna was cursed to die. And within minutes, thousands of sages, 64,000 sages, assembled very devices within minutes. And Shukadeva Goswami was very pleased by his question, because he thought that the answers would benefit the whole society. So Devahuti answered his son's question. And his son responded by saying, one should associate and get attached to the genuine transcendentalist. If you get attached to the genuine transcendentalist, then that opens the doors for liberation. And when you get attached to the gross materialist, it opens the doors to bondage. So the scriptures talk about this point again and again. Now a natural question that comes up, why is it so important that we do seva to an advanced devotee?
Hare Krishna.
Continuously.
Hare Krishna. But this alarm was to keep you all awake. The alarm knew that. So the question arises, why did the scriptures talk about associating with a Mahaseva? This point is very nicely explained in this verse. Shukadeva Goswami says, if you associate with an advanced devotee, you will learn how to dedicate your life to the lotus feet of Krishna. It's not that you associate with an advanced devotee for social purposes or cultural talk. The association is beneficial only when you learn how can I serve Krishna. If it's a mundane talk, then it's of no value. So if you associate with an advanced devotee, engage in the service of a bona fide devotee, you will learn how can we serve the lotus feet of the Lord. When we talk about the lotus feet of the Lord, what it really means is, how can we serve the Lord? That is the essence of devotional service. And if we engage in devotional service to the Lord, what happens? What happens? What does the word say? It says, they just become completely purified. We have to recognize that we are impure at the moment. We need correction. We need purification. God is all pure, and we are impure. And how do we become pure? By associating with a devotee who will guide us how we can engage in service to the Supreme Lord. And by engaging in service to the Supreme Lord, we'll get purified. Sometimes people say, oh, in Iskcon, there's so many rules and regulations. You can't do this, you can't do this, you can do that. I want this path where it's completely liberal. Why are there so many restrictions? Because this is the conclusion of the scriptures, and by following the rules and regulations, we can become pure. God is all pure, and to understand the Lord, we need to become pure. And how do you become pure? By engaging on this path of devotion. But how do you engage on this path of devotion? By associating with friendly people. Just like Srila Prabhupada. He came, traveled around the world, wrote books, gave an association, and as a result, he was able to inspire others to the path of devotional service also. So, the only reason why it's important to associate with an advanced devotee, because in that association, we will learn how to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, you read the story of one who gave a hand and a Gopal. These two were the sons of Kubera. Kubera is the treasure of the demigod. And Kubera is very rich. So these sons of Kubera were intoxicated by their father's wealth. And you see that in societies today. If one is very wealthy, he forgets the Lord again. So these sons of Kubera fell in bad association, and on one occasion they were deeply intoxicated and they were associating with females. And now the Muni was passing by, and they didn't have the courtesy to cover their naked body in one of these things. Now the Muni thought, now let me give them special blessings. A sage, even when he chastises someone, it's for our benefit. So now the Muni said, these two sons of Kubera are so intoxicated that they've lost all their etiquette. They're standing naked. Trees also stand naked. So they can become trees in a courtyard of Nanmaraj. Along with that, he gave them a benediction. What was the benediction? You will see the Lord at the end of the 100 years, 100 celestial years. 6 months, our earthly planet So they become trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. The Lord never forgets the promises given by his devotee. Just like Hiranyakashipu obtained so many assurances from Lord Brahma that he was confident that he can't, nobody can kill him now. And when the Lord had to appear to protect his devotee Prahlad, the Lord appeared in a form in which he kept intact all the promises given by Brahma. And Prabhupada was giving a lecture in Los Angeles. And he jokingly said, after killing Hiranyakashipu, the Lord told Brahma, don't give such promises. You made my job very difficult. So the Lord remembered the promises given by his devotee. But Krishna was tied to the mortar, but he remembered the promise given by his devotee. So he pulled the two trees down. And when he pulled the two trees down, the two sons of Kuvera came out of the trees. When the trees fell down, they made such a heavy noise. And Mother Yasoda was in the kitchen cooking. She came running, because she was always in anxiety about her son's protection. So many demons had attempted to kill her son. So when she heard this heavy sound, she came running and she saw trees on the ground and her son only an inch away from the trees. So she said, thank God my son was saved. And she inquired, how did these trees fall? And the coward boy said, these trees were pulled down by your son. He said, impossible. How can my young son pull down the gigantic tree? Maybe a hurricane. He didn't believe. So these two sons of Kuvera came out of the trees. They thanked Nanda Muni, their guru, for giving them this privilege. And then they said, from now onwards, we will always use our mind and senses in serving the Lord. Because of an association you obtain from Nanda Muni. So when you have the opportunity to associate with an advanced devotee, you get purified. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, you read the story of Mrigari the hunter. Mrigari was a very dangerous hunter, and he was so cruel. He would half kill the animals, let them suffer, and when they would die, he would sell them for living. So Nanda Muni was there, passing by. He saw so many half-killed animals suffering, in agony, in pain. So he said, who is the cause of all this? The hunter came out behind the bushes in Anandapur. Nanda Muni explained, why don't you fully kill them? Why do you half kill them? He said, oh, I love to see them suffering. And it's my family profession to sell them after killing them. The Nanda Muni explained the consequences. And he got so purified that he would not even place his feet on the ground till he saw that there was no entity below his feet. So there are many examples. So what is being emphasized here? Pure devotional service is a path. through which we can get purified. The pure devotional service is a path through which we can please the Lord. And knowledge as to how to execute pure devotional service can be obtained by associating with an advanced devotee whose only meditation is how to serve the lotus feet of the Lord, whose only advice is how to engage on the path of pure devotional service. And in the purport, Prabhupada quotes that famous verse of the 9th chapter, which is what? Mahatmana Mahaprabhu. What's the definition of a Mahatma? Prabhupada always referred with calling Gandhi Mahatma. Prabhupada says that dear Mahatma is described in this verse of the Bhagavad Gita. The great souls, they are never deluded. It means they're never confused. They're never in duality. Should I serve or not serve? Should I chant or not chant? No. They are under protection of divine nature. And they are fully engaged in devotional service. Why? Because they know the Supreme Lord is unlimited and the object of service. So that is why one is advised to associate with advanced devotee. And an advanced devotee, his only meditation is how can we engage everyone in the lotus feet of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 70, he embarked on this trip because of his compassion towards the conditioned soul. He planted a seed that is continuing to grow, and by his preaching and the instructions he gave us, is attracting others to the path of devotional service. So when the Prabhupada says in the Purport, a Mahatma is one who engages 24 hours in the service of the Lord. Not part-time. I come for 2 hours in the morning, and then I go and fool around all that. The Mahatma's symptom is 24 hours a day he engaged in serving the Lord. And if you associate with such a person, who engage 24 hours in the service of the Lord, then you will also get purified. Then you will also engage in the path of devotional service. So that is why it is emphasized that one should associate with the pure devotee. Now, this association can be realized in two ways. One is the devotee Bhagavad, and the other is the book Bhagavad. Like Prabhupada said, these books are not different from me. In the sense, the instructions are there, you have to follow those instructions. Vapu and Vani, the two ways how you can associate with the Mahatma. Vapu and Vani. Vapu refers to the personal association. Vani refers to the instructions on the perfect personality. Both are important. When Haridas Thakur passed away, after Bhaktivinoda wrote a poem, he reasons there who says that Vaishnava dies when he is living still and sound. So the Vapu and Vani, both are important in terms of associating with Mahatma. Vyasadeva gave us all this knowledge. Now, physically he is not there. But we have this knowledge in the books. Prabhupada gave us all these instructions. which are there in the books. So one associates with the Mahatma through two alternatives. What are they? Apu and one. Now, Prabhupada in the verse says, one cannot be purified only by undergoing austerity. In other words, austerity is necessary. But austerity should be based on the instruction of the Mahatma. Then the austerity has value. Otherwise, we whimsically choose a path of austerity. That's not the answer. The austerity path should be given by the Mahatma. In the Bhagavatam, third canto, it says, Sapa Seva Param Jyoti Bhagavatam Adhokshaja. Krishna is Adhokshaja. Adhokshaja means difficult to understand. But if you perform austerity guided by a Mahatma, then the austerity has scope to succeed. Then penance. Austerity and penance mean more or less the same thing. Our austerity and penance is what? We avoid what is detrimental, we serve what is favorable. So all these other methods of atonement have value when they are described by a pure devotee. And when they are explained by a pure devotee, then it has value. But if you just whimsically follow austerity and penance, then not of much value. Now, Prabhupada also quotes a famous verse from the Bhagavatam, 10th canto. That is, if a devotee has to undergo misery, what does he think? He thinks his Lord's benediction upon him. Very often, when somebody is put in a difficulty, the devotee, and even a devotee, he says he's put in a difficulty, he says, son of a, why did God do this to me? What wrong have I done? I'm chanting 16 hours, etc. But we also have our own history of karma. And the devotee's understanding is, whatever the Lord does, he does for my benefit. There was once a Prime Minister who had great faith. Whatever the Lord does, he does for my benefit. So the king had an accident in which he lost 2 of his fingers. The king called the Prime Minister and said, why did the Lord make me lose my 2 fingers? What wrong have I done? And the Prime Minister said, whichever the Lord does, he does for our benefit. So there's no need to learn it. The king wasn't pleased with the answer. He said, imprison the Prime Minister. So the king would regularly go on hunting. And usually he would take the Prime Minister with him. Another Prime Minister was in jail. The king went on hunting alone. And while he was hunting, he got caught by the dacoit. And the dacoit said, now we've caught a king. We're going to offer him Durga. And we get special protection. There are some more for live human beings with Durga. In the Bhagavatam, you read the story of Jal Bharat, where he was kidnapped, and they were being offered to the god of Durga. So anyway, so the king got caught by the dacoits, who were preparing to offer him to God of Durga. But they were these demons, I would call them demons, they also have a certain standard. They stand that some part of your body is missing, and then don't offer to Durga. So they were getting ready to offer the king. Imagine offering the king as a sacrifice. Big fish. They were getting ready to offer the king to the Durga. They saw the two of his fingers were missing. Stop, stop! We can't go ahead with his offering. His two fingers are missing. So the king headed back to his palace. And so when he came back to his palace, he revealed the whole experience to his prime minister. And then he said, "You are such a good devotee of the Lord. Why did the Lord inspire me to put you in prison?" And the prime minister said, "If you would not have put me in prison, I would have gone with you. And I would also have got caught like you. And since all my parts of my body are intact, I would be sacrificed. So by being killed, by putting me in prison, I got saved." So, over here, the 10th candidate said, a devotee, even if he is in a difficult position, he understands the Lord is minimizing my suffering. When you come to the devotional path, you don't at once nullify all your sinful reactions. It gets reduced. It doesn't become zero. Prabhupada said that many times. So over here it said, the devotee, even if he is in difficulty, he considers this as a mercy of the Lord. And this is the secret of success. So the secret of success is, I don't blame the Lord for anything. And our goal is to engage in full service to the Lord. Now someone may question, in the present day environment, how do we engage fully in service to the Lord? Because this message of the Bhagavatam is eternally relevant. It's not that it was only relevant 5,000 years ago. So someone may want to question how, in the present day environment, can we apply this principle? What is that principle? I am to engage fully in lotus feet of the Lord. I'm not going to resign from my job and so on. So Lord Chaitanya was touring southern India, and on the way he stayed at the house of a devotee called Kurma. He was a Brahmin. Kurma Brahmin was very happy that the Lord stayed in his house. He washed his lotus feet. And then Kurma said, I am tired of staying in the great ashram. I want to travel with you. Please take me with you. Kurma had a family, wife. So the Lord said, no need to travel with me. Stay where you are. Share the holy name. Praise the glory of the holy name. Read the Bhagavatam and the Gita and spread the teaching of the Bhagavatam and the Gita. And this way, you will always be with me, and I will always be with you. So, this is Lord Chaitanya's mercy, that he has simplified the process how one can engage 24 hours in service of the Lord. Share your route, read the Bhagavatam and Gita, follow the principles. And that is complete surrender to the Lord. Complete surrender doesn't mean you abandon your job, abandon your family, just chant from morning to night. The Lord Chaitanya demonstrated that through this process, one can make spiritual advancement. There are many letters from Prabhupada where he says, If one sincerely follows the red letter principle and chant 60 now, you can go back to God. So, Prabhupada, in anything, Lord Chaitanya's mood, we made the process very easy. So, to summarize, Lord Goswami is continuing to explain how the sinful tendency from the heart can be corrected. That is the real question. How to take away the sinful tendency. And the example that was cited earlier was the tree may get burned, but as long as the roots are there, it's going to grow again. So I may temporarily stop some sinful activity, but as long as the heart is not clean, I'll bounce back the moment I get the opportunity. What we need is cleansing of the heart. That is the process of devotional service. So Srimad Bhagavatam is inspiring us to engage in the path of pure devotional service. And if we can do that, we'll be associated with whom? Mahatma. And we have the Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada said, these books are not different from me. Everything I need to tell you is in these books. Prabhupada also said, Krishna was dictating to him to write these purports. So these purports are not mundane. They are the realization of a pure devotee. And if we follow this, then on this path we can make it advance. So the path of spiritual advancement will be made very easy. Yeah, how easy? Very easy. And if we can practice it, it will make us easier. This section of the Bhagavatam is very important, and in few verses for the Srila Goswami is going to describe the story of which story? Arjuna, which you hear about the importance of the holy name. And the holy name is important. Why? The holy name has the capacity to cleanse the heart, to go deep inside and cleanse the dirt in 2 days. I think tomorrow is Bhakti not happening. The day after is Gunisha Marjana. Gunisha Marjana refers to that past. Gunisha was the name of the wife of King Indradumna. And this Gunisha Marjana is generally observed one day before Rath Yatra. Just like, you don't like sitting in a dirty place, do you? The Lord doesn't like sitting in a dirty place. So Lord Chaitanya, along with hundreds of his devotees, engaged in cleaning the temple, ceiling, wall. Before the cleaning operation started, the Lord called for Kashi Mishra. Kashi Mishra was the superintendent of the Jagannath Puri temple, and the Jagannath Puri temple administration was under King Pratapurva. So King Pratapurva had told Kashi Mishra, whichever the Lord was, please give him without any hesitation. The Lord Chaitanya came, he called Kashi Mishra and his assistant and said, I want to clean this Gunisha temple. The Kashi Mishra said, my dear Lord, it is not befitting for a great sage like you to engage in this menial service. We'll do it without you. So I said, no, I want to do it. If that is your leela, please do it. So the Lord engaged with hundreds of devotees. They had 100 buckets in which they brought the water. And all the devotees were engaged in the cleaning operation. Some were scrubbing the ceiling, some were scrubbing the floor, some were scrubbing the wall. And Lord Chaitanya would firstly go around and see how much dirt everybody was gathered. And it was seen that all the dirt collected by everyone together was a small fraction of the dirt collected by the Lord. And then the Lord would take those who were more successful in removing the dirt. You train up this person who is not getting enough dirt. And the Lord Chaitanya cleaned the religious temple twice to make sure there's no dirt for it. So Bhaktisiddhantaji and our acharyas have commented that this cleansing of the Gurija temple is an exercise to show that we need to clean our heart if we want Krishna to come there. And how do you clean our heart? When they were engaged in cleaning the Gurija temple, not one word was spoken by anyone. They were all engaged in chanting. And they needed some more water, bucket, broom. They would just signal by hand. They were engaged in chanting non-stop. And so this, usually in most of our temples, we clean the Gurija Marjana. So we need to clean the heart. The cleansing of the heart takes place when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And so we just seriously endeavor. And the better is the quality of chanting, the faster is the cleansing of the heart. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Any questions? Yeah.
That's all. Thank you for the nice class. One question can be like, Maharaj, you were giving this example of Nalkovel and Manigri, and similarly you were giving example of Mridari. So they were not looking for the association of a pure advanced devotee. So how do you call that kind of association versus someone who is really trying to get that association?
With the Lord's mercy, He sent Narada Muni. You may not be looking. The Lord bestows His mercy by sending, just like Prabhupada, the Lord sent Prabhupada to New York to plant the seed. He sent it to the Soviet Union to plant the seed. So the Lord sends His pure devotee. The Lord either descends Himself or sends His representative. The purpose is to purify the conditions. Yes.
Kurma, you told that by association with advanced devotee, we can also get a pure devotional service. So how does it work? With a mystic process?
It is a black magic. Well, the process is to tell you to chant Hare Krishna. Never tell you to chant movie songs. Tell you don't waste time. Engage in service. Tell you that. Like if you need Prabhupada's purpose, everything is pretty direct. Nothing is hidden. So the pure devotee, he repeats what is already coming from the Supreme Lord. Okay, more questions?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
No, it's on.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Like in the today's discussion and in the arts also, like a lot of points are there that to pleasing the devotees and the spiritual master. So Guru Maharaj, like how we can like please the advanced devotees and spiritual master.
Lord Chaitanya explained, if one spiritually, A, take shelter of a bona fide group. 2, serve him. 3, ask him, what do I have to give up to make spiritual advancement? 4, if you have to give up something, give it up. But be determined to make spiritual advancement. That's like you catch a disease. Let's say you have diabetes. It is very common these days. So if you want to succeed in controlling that, it will probably increase. So when you come to spiritual life and take shelter, you also get told, Prabhu, this is not good for you. And you know, Goswami said in Operation, what is conducive, what is not conducive. So you benefit if you follow the instruction.
Guru Maharaj, how can we remain enthusiastic and sincere and consistent in performing our devotional service on a daily basis as grihasthas?
Aren't we consistent in eating prasad every day? Are we or not? Or then someday you say, I don't eat prasad. When you fall sick, you will say that. But we are very consistent in our eating and sleeping habits. So similarly, if we chant regularly, follow the process regularly, then you'll also be enthusiastic. The Bhagavatam says, now the Muni said, sometimes a patient is recovering from a disease and he thinks, I recovered now, I can stop to take the medicine. He gets a relapse. So the instruction that we got, we sincerely follow that, then you know that we will be. But if you take shortcuts, then there's danger.
Srila Prabhupada says that the Lord resides in our heart and is situated on a seat. What is that seat?
The Lord is in the heart. The heart is the seat. Like sometimes people say, like they have this heart transparency. People say, they have heart transparency. If someone asks, so the heart is being transplanted, it means the Lord is also moving. the Lord is on a seat, so he gets up with the heart. Yes.
So Guru Maharaj, in the focus of serving our bona fide spiritual master or our Krishna Guru, we tend to forget how to deal with our brothers and god sisters. So what is the etiquette, how to get along and have a family?
We should practice Vaishnava culture with everyone. We should be respectful to everyone. We should be friendly. And we should communicate. It's not that we only serve the Guru or somebody and ignore the others. Vaishnava culture means you're respectful to everyone. And sometimes there may be some issues, but best is to discuss these issues openly. Communication. In the mature world, they've discovered most problems are there because of lack of communication. So communication is a two-way street. If we do more communication, then probably you can avoid the circumstances. But there may be some specific cases. It can be discussed individually. Let's answer the generic answer. Yeah.
So, yes, Maharaj. So you were saying about serving.
The seed is not so easy to sit on. Yeah. Yeah.
You were saying, like we were reading about serving the Lord. So sometimes it feels like there's two different planes. Like internally we know that we should serve the Lord and perform our sadhana, but our mind is pulling us to not do that. So how to handle that?
This point is nicely discussed in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna said, how is one compelled into sinful acts even unwillingly? That's your question. I know this is wrong, detrimental, but I still get pulled into it. And what did Krishna say? Kama is a krodha, he said. In lust only, you are devouring enemy of the living entity. It is burning like fire. It is never agitated. Then Krishna says, where this enemy is located? Where?
In the mind.
Mind. Children. That's not the end of the story. Then Krishna says, I can destroy this enemy. And what did he say? With a weapon of knowledge. So with knowledge you can destroy it. Something's not good for your health. The doctor says, don't do it. It's bad for your health. You get it from the doctor's advice. So the sages and the scriptures told us what is favorable, what is unfavorable. Everything is spelled out. We just have to follow it. You don't need to do research in any area. Okay, and of course, we don't say become so humble that everyone tramples and walks at you. Humility means, some people think humility means holding hands, offering obeisances, then a bunch to everyone. So that's good. But humility means I'm ready to be corrected, ready to be directed, ready to be guided. Most of us think, I don't need any advice, I know what's best for me. This guy just envious of me. So on the spiritual path, we should be ready to be guided. We should be ready to be corrected. And sometimes we get chastised. We should be regularly ready to be chastised. Then, that is humility. Bhakti Siddhanta used to say, if someone flatters you, he is your real enemy. People come and flatter you. Oh, you're such a nice devotee. We feel encouraged. We should be happy when somebody chastises us. Okay. Yes, sir.
Maharaj, Hare Krishna. I heard a few definitions of sadhu in terms of sadhu sangha. One definition is sadhus are our great acharyas. And another definition is sadhus are advanced devotees and we should take association of these devotees. And one more association is that we small devotees, when we get together, is also sadhu sangha. So can you please elaborate on this? Like, are we sadhu to each other? Like, is Indradyumna a sadhu for me? And am I a sadhu for Indradyumna? And all this people.
It's a very good question. In his Bhagavatam, Nada Muni says, we can have 3 levels of association. One is association, those who are more advanced, the Mahatma Sadhu. that we were discussing for the last 1 hour. The other is association with those who are equally advanced, like you and Indradumna. The third is association with those who are less advanced. Now, how do you behave in these three circumstances? When you associate with somebody more advanced, you become joyful. An example cited, then when a peacock sees clouds for the first time in the rainy season, dances the next week. You meet somebody more advanced. And when you meet somebody equally advanced, like you and the Gopal and the devotee, then we should make friendship with each other. Friendship means we are going to work together to serve the mission of the Lord. I'm not going to brag, put it down, but we're going to work together. And when we associate with somebody less advanced, then we are compatible. So, we agree with you. But sometimes you may be associating with those who are almost equal status. With them we make friends. We don't avoid them, we make friendship. Sit down and read together. Sit down and chant together. Sit down and make plans. How are you going to make people Krishna conscious?
Also, when we say we should see through Guru, Shastra and Sadhu, so those sadhus who are equal to us, will they help to develop a proper vision like Guru and Shastras? Are those equal sadhus are our authorities in
Iskcon.
Yeah.
If somebody is in authority, then that places more responsibility on his head to be exemplary in a position that he can inspire others. In other words, if I'm an authority, I have to be exemplary also. If I'm not exemplary, then I'm failing in my duty. Is that your question? I mean, if you become an authority, you carry a big, heavy burden on your shoulders to be exemplary. If you're not exemplary, Krishna is opening everything.
If we ask, if we say have an issue, a philosophical issue, and we discuss it between devotees, and we refer to Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu, discussing this particular issue. So when we consider sadhus as authorities in terms of this particular, I don't mean position, I mean authority like knowledge and ability to clarify it. So should we consider equal people, us small people, as authority when we discuss Shastra?
Yes, they are explaining to you exactly what Prabhupada explained. Let's say you are with the Dhamma, and he is giving you the same advice that he heard from his Guru, who told the same thing that he heard from his Guru, and we should follow. If he is giving something completely against what you've been hearing, that we can do. And the beautiful thing for us is everything is there in black and white in Prabhupada's book. Nothing is left to chance. You can literally take any topic, go on the computer, you'll get so many of Prabhupada's books. Yeah. Good question.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Anyone else?
I have one.
Yeah.
So it is said that if a sinful person engages in the service of the bona fide devotee of the Lord and thus learns how to dedicate. So if one is sinful, then the modes are automatically going to drag him down, so he will never be able to serve a bona fide or have the...
No, our process is purifying the sinful people, just like the guy Madai got purified. The guy Madai was so... he got purified. Prabhupada purified all the Jagai Madai was purified. So, this movement is meant for Jagai Madai. Most of the devotees come from a very simple background. Very few were born in frankly. Prabhupada said that. Our Chaitanya's movement is meant for the most fallen. Okay, any more? No? Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. We'll serve prasadam out of this room. We just need a few devotees to bring it out. And then you can sit outside and eat also. As long as Gopal Krishna Maharaj ki.